Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're just gonna play with some hot new makeup on the market right now. I have the new NYX Marshmallow Setting Spray, the e.l.f. blushes, NYX Fat Oil Lip Balms. I also just got my hands on the newest Blend Bunny palette. I'm very excited to tap into this. I have the new Laura Mercier concealer, the new Sephora collection highlighters. Like, we have a lot to play with today. So grab a snack, grab something to drink, and let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with this right here from Too Faced. This is the Kissing Jelly Lip Oil Gloss. This is in the shade Cotton Candy. It is my favorite shade out of all of them. And this looks intimidating in the tube, but it goes on pretty sheer. So you don't really have to worry about like a blue tint or anything like that. This tastes so good. I just did something really simple. I love my cut creases. You guys already know this. So I really wanted to do a pink look. I just played with 3 shades in this row and then I used the black. So I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did. I'm using the new brush collection from Blinged brushes. This is available now. You guys can use code Tatianna to save some money off your purchase. I'm going to start off with this shade right here. All I'm going to do is just pack this shade in my crease. I love me some Blend Bunny. You guys know this. So I'm just going to build this up until I get the intensity that I want. But I'm just keeping it low in the crease, just like this. Also, that brush that I used was the E62 brush. Next, I'm going to go in with the E61 brush, which is a lot bigger than the brush I just used. I'm just going to go 1 shade up, which is this really bright pink. I was like, this shade is so pretty. I have to put this on the eyes. Now what I'm going to do is start to blend out the shade that I just put down. And this shade is, I'm just going to lightly take circular motions and just blend this all in the crease to blend out that shade I just put down. Once I have a blend like this, I'm going to go in with the E63 brush and basically with nothing on it. It does have a little bit on it because I used it on this side, but it's basically a clean brush and I'm just going to soften up the edges of that second shade that we placed down and kind of just buff this into the brow bone just to get a nice soft and seamless blend. Now I'm going to take my Made by Mitchell color case and I'm going to take some of this pink right here and I'm just going to cut the crease. Now I'm going to take this beautiful shade right here and I'm going to pop this all on the lid. It is so stunning. Now that that shade is all placed down, I'm going to take the E65 brush and just lightly tap into the black in this palette. Just lightly tap. And I'm just going to use this to kind of diffuse and blend the edges into that shimmer. And that's literally how you get an easy smoked out eyeshadow look. Really simple, very easy. I feel like I have not done a pink look in so long and I'm loving how this is looking. I don't have a new primer, but I am going to go in with the Jelly Pop Primer from e.l.f. They did just restock this again. They're making sure people have time to get their hands on this primer, but it smells so good. I really like this primer. This one's probably like my favorite. They all do the same. They all grip, but I low-key feel like this one is like the grippiest of all. Maybe that's just me and I'm in my head about it, but I feel like this one is grippy. I do have the new e.l.f. Hydrating CC Cream, but the problem is this shade is way too light for me. To get use out of this shade, I'm thinking about mixing this with maybe my NARS Light Reflecting. So we're going to see, but I want to show you guys how this shade looks on me. It's the shade 530W, and it's not the best shade. It's a little bit too light. Hoping with the NARS, it'll kind of like even itself out a little bit. We're just going to see how this combo looks. I don't know. I might have put too much on, but we're going to see. I'm just going to use a sponge to blend this in. Hoping that the sponge soaked up a little bit more product. And I think it did. I feel like I can make this work. As you can see, with the NARS and with the e.l.f., my skin looks very glowy and dewy like. Oh, you know what I forgot? Color corrector. But it's okay. I feel like I can use it now. This right here is the NYX Pro Fix Sticks. I have mine in the shade, what shade is this? Not too sure. Oh, this is the shade Apricot. I completely forgot that I had this. But I am going to add a little bit under the eyes. just to color correct a bit. I'm just going to color correct under the eyes before I go in with bronzer. But this is such a very easy formula. It blends really easily. As you can see, that blended perfectly. Don't let the size fool you either, because when I first got it, I was like, wow, this is really small. But it actually, a little bit goes a long way. You do not need a lot of product. For bronzer, I'm going to go into the newest one from Milani. This is in the shade Mocha Moment. This is their cream bronzer, and I really like this formula. It's definitely a buildable formula, but what I love the most about it is that it does dry down to like a soft matte kind of finish. I do feel like this shade is a little bit more contoury on me. I hope that they expand this shade range too. I have the new e.l.f. liquid blushes. I've been trying these out since they came out, and I feel like these blushes are very buildable. Some of the shades have more pigment than others. I do think for today I'm going to go in with the shade Coming in Hot Pink. I feel like I'm low-key doing a monochromatic blush look. I don't feel like these are as pigmented as the Juvia's Place blushes or even the Rare Beauty blushes. I feel like these are more of a buildable formula. I don't know. See, look at that. I don't know if it's like, look at that. Like, you would think that I put on a lot of blush just now, but this is not enough for me. You know, it's definitely a buildable formula. I will say maybe depending on your skin tone and with these brighter shades that they have, it may show up a lot more pigmented on you. But for me, listen, this is not enough. I'm going to keep going. I like this formula so much more than the putty blushes. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it kind of has like a glow to the skin. But see, 2 layers is perfect for me. This is my perfect amount right here. Also, this brush that I'm using is a newer brush from Blinged brushes. This is the F62 brush. It kind of has like an angle to it. This brush is definitely really nice for blending out cream blushes. I look crazy right now, but trust the process. Let's go into this new concealer from Laura Mercier. So this is called the Weightless Perfecting Concealer. This concealer retails for $33. It's a weightless serum-infused multitasking concealer that brightens, hydrates, and smooths with a medium coverage and up to 16 hours of wear and a natural finish. This is what the doe foot looks like. Ooh, I think shade is perfect. Definitely does have a serum-like consistency. It's very, very, very thin. But as you can see, I'm still going with the same amount out of the tube. So a little bit goes a long way, which is really nice. Definitely does have a very thin consistency so far. So let's get to blending. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Singe Beauty FO2 brush. I feel like because this is a thinner formula, a brush is probably the better application, because if I used a sponge, by this being so thin, it would literally soak up everything. Wow, it is blending so easily. I definitely can tell that I'm going to need to go in with a second layer of this. It definitely is medium coverage. And I like a more full coverage when I'm trying to conceal. Let's try under the eyes. Yeah, very, very thin. I'm going to take the sponge now and just press this into the skin. Yes, this is a very hydrating formula. I feel like, I don't know, it's hard to tell if it's like super hydrating or if it's just glowy, but I'm feeling like it's because it's really hydrating. I'm going to let this concealer sit under the eyes for a little bit just to see if it's going to give me a little bit more coverage. Blend this a little bit better. And then go back into this blush brush and just soften this and blend this a little bit more. All right, it's dried now. Let's go ahead and blend. I do feel like the key to adding a little bit more coverage is letting it dry. And that definitely does help a little bit. I'm going to take some of my Ami Collet setting powder, and I'm going to set this down. And we're going to see how this concealer sets, because it's so wet that I can't fully tell just how, ooh, okay. I'm going to kind of bake a little bit since this is a lighter coverage. Looking real ghostly now, but that is okay. Trust the process. Trust the process. Going in with my Make Beauty bronzer. Gonna add some life back into this face. I will say that concealer looks really good. I do want to go in with a little bit of powder blush. So I'm gonna take this one from House Labs and Dragon Fruit Days, and just go on top of the blush from e.l.f. This combo, I'm loving this combo. A little bit of MAC Fix Plus to just melt all these powders together. I want to try this right here from Sephora Collection. This is one of their newest highlighters. When I saw this, it took me aback a little bit because it's so small. This is so tiny. I was not expecting it to be this tiny, but I have really high hopes for this because it looks like it's going to be, yeah, one of those like very thin formulas. It kind of feels like the Rare Beauty a little bit. So this is in the shade Glitzy Gold. So let's see. Oh yeah, that is really pretty. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is one of those formulas that just melts into the skin. Sephora Collection always goes on like 30% off whenever they have their sales, so I'm not mad at it. That's a really pretty highlighter. For lips, I'm going to take the Rare Beauty lip liner in the shade Strong. Oh my gosh, I think mine is broken. Maybe I'm not taking the Rare Beauty in Strong because it looks like the liner is like down in there. Well, not using that. I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Rich Brown lip liner. For lips, I'm going to use one of these from NYX. This is their Click Slick Fat Oil Lippies. I think I'm going to use this. This is like a brown. Maybe I'm going to use this one. This one's called No Filter Needed. These are literally like a lip balm in a stick. But they're so comfortable. This one is definitely one of my favorite shades. I think it's so pretty. I'm just going to take the EO4 brush. I'm going with the very first shade that I went in with. And I'm literally just going to put this on the lower lash. Then I'm going to just take that bright shade and put it in the inner part. It's definitely giving monochromatic. I really like it. I almost forgot this right here. This is the NYX Marshmallow Setting Spray. If you guys have tried the black mattifying setting spray from NYX, this is the exact same thing. Just has a really nice marshmallow smell to it, and I really like it. It's also pink, and it matches the vibe today. This smells so good. Yeah, here is the finished look. I really love how my makeup came out today. This was definitely a trust the process kind of vibes. I really like this palette. I love Blend Bunny. I feel like she really knocked it out of the park with this one. This one was also done in collaboration with her father too, who sadly passed away. And I honestly think he would be so proud of the finished vision and the finished product. It's such a really cool and fun color story. I definitely wouldn't think to pair shades like this together, but that's what I love the most. Give me something different that I don't already have in my collection, and that's what I can count on Blend Bunny to do. So once again, I love the quality of this. The mattes blended themselves. You guys saw that. It was very, very easy to use. The Laura Mercier concealer, I'm definitely going to continue to use this and really figure out my thoughts on it. Finished product looks really good, and it's very, very lightweight, but you can build it up to get a little bit more medium. It won't build up to full, but I'll definitely let you guys know how this held up on me. The Sephora Collection highlighter, really like it. It's such a pretty lit from within glow highlighter, so I really, really like that. It just melts into the skin, and that's the kind of highlighters that I want. I don't need anything blinding. Just give me something lit from within and something that gives like this healthy, radiant glow, and I'm good to go. Everything else that I tried, I've been trying for the past couple of weeks. I really hope you all enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.